Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, Barely Legal, Part 5, Season 5 is upon us. And I did promise that when we get to this, I'll probably be a little bit more in depth now about our 29 remaining players. It is still 29, it is still. Just a real quick one with regards to that. Trunky contacted me and he said something that Redders had said, actually. He said, how come he didn't start with 20s? And I think Redders understood, and I hadn't had a chance to tell Trunky. So basically, you all got your 20s, as you know, but there was very minimal chance that you would start with 20s. Some people did because of your age being only 16, your CA being only potentially 120, and all your other attributes being 0. He also said, he goes, why the fuck did I go? And I said, I've got no way of knowing. You know, we'll never know. We'll never know. The bottom line is, Trunky fucked off and left us. Okay, enough of Trunky. He's a loser. Let's go right to it then. Season 5. We're going to start then with, we'll start with midfielders, shall we? Start with midfielders. Let's start then with Travis Aspria. He finds himself at Liverpool. It wasn't. Was he Liverpool? I can't remember a bit. Yeah, it must have been Liverpool already. So looks absolutely strong, don't he? Looks so strong. Good season for him. 32 passes. Got to be happy. Got to be happy indeed. Let's take a check now and see if he's got any particular achievements. We know Liverpool bought him from Rosenborg. Okay, that's it for you, Travis. Looking good. Mr. Wayne Chester. He's still, look at that. His finishing's going through the roof. Long shots is. A good season for you, Wayne. Decent season following your move to Leeds. What was that? Start of season 3? Not too bad. Not too shabby at all from you, Wayne. So English Premier Division Young Player of the Month. That won't account to anything in respect of the awards. Neither will the other one that you've got, the English First Division Player of the Month. So, you know, they're good from a U reputation side of things, but when I do the awards, it won't count. But it is really, it's you know, they're important awards, really, because I think that these Player of the Month and Manager of the Month, I think they're shit, if I'm honest with you. I think they're almost bullshit. Seamus Coleman, still at Sparta. He's getting better. He's getting better. Not the greatest season in the world, but getting games now. You know, really starting to get games inside the first 4 years. Still free captain for Ireland. So let's just take a look at his achievements, if he's got any. Irish Young Player of the Year, runner-up. That's going to count for something, the Irish Young Player, because that's an Ireland, that's a specific Irish thing. That's a bit like when you get the Players Player. So that will count. Let's just check if he's had any injuries. No, he's been okay. Okay, Shameless, you can still do it loads of time. And now for Germany's favourite son, even though we've got more than one German, Adnan Kusic. And he is now at Leverkusen. He's just moved. What a season at Fulham. 13 assists, 5 goals, 7-4-0. It's a £6 million move. I mean, his attributes, you know, I mean, I'm looking there at his dribbling, his crossing and his pace, his acceleration, massive attributes for a winger, capped at under 21 level for Germany, looks pretty fucking decent. He's got a release clause, incidentally, £9.5 million. And let's take a look if Adnan has got any, oh, he's had a few injuries. He's had a 2 month, I didn't mean to click on that, but he's had a few injuries, hasn't he? Okay, let's have a look now then. Supporters Player of the Year. Again, it's not something I can really include. First Division Young Player of the Month, Supporters Player of the Year. Is, you know, you've got to give him credit where it's due here. Although none of them are going to be effective towards what I deem the barely legal champion, or in, you know, within the podium side of things, he's got some good credentials, got some good achievements. He's got some absolutely stunning achievements. Well done. Stuart Danton. He's still at Everton, but he's looking better, isn't he? Passing, look at that. Decisions through the roof. Creativity is still looking good. And generally, they're all going up, aren't they? Tough season for you, Stuart. Tough season, only 11 games. And generally speaking, in 4 years, only 68 games now. Injuries, you've been okay. Achievements, well, that's going to count for a lot. That's definitely going to count for a lot. English FA Cup runners-up, I did state that runners-up medals will count in important competitions. So a domestic cup there and a runners-up medal. The Charity Shield, I'll probably include the Charity Shield. He's got a medal there. The Charity Shield, there's the equivalent Charity Shield all around most of Europe, isn't there? Now that's interesting because they must have lost the FA. No, it was the following season. Okay, so yeah, very interesting, Mr. Stuart Danton. Mika Dante, he's moved to Chelsea. Well, he wanted a move, didn't he? I'm not sure if he's got the desired move that he wanted. I know it's not one of the 3 teams he'd love to have moved to, but it looked like he moved during season 4 to Chelsea for 8.25. Hatful of games at Chelsea, not too bad. Looks really solid, don't he? He looks a monster. Needs to work on that tackling, I feel. But what can you say, Mr. Dante? You've got to be happy. You really have got to be happy. Let's go to your achievements then, Mr. Dante. English FA Cup runners-up. Something for you there. Then you've got to be happy. You've got to be happy. Let's have a look at your injuries. Nothing really of importance. We're screwed about. Now over to Fodster at Ajax. Now this is interesting from Fodster. Still at Ajax. Still looks fucking dynamic. Not the greatest season in the world last campaign, but something I did work out with regards to his achievements, and it was staring me in the face. He did get an Oceania Nations Cup runners-up. It was 2 years later that they won it, and he wasn't involved in the match day squad for the final. That's how that was. But he has won the cup with Ajax. He's won the Dutch Super Cup with Ajax. So he's looking good. Still only 8 caps for Australia. Bit of time to go though. Gary Johnston still at Leeds United. Continues to look quite a beast. Decent season, although not the greatest amount of games from you, Gary. Achievement-wise, nothing worth screaming about. Yeah, nothing worth screwing about whatsoever. Let's just take a look at your injury record in case you've had any. 2 months, actually. I missed that before. So he suffered a 2-month injury back in season 1. Okay, over to Chris Meades. Chris looks brutal, don't he? Looks really good. Wants to move to a bigger club. That don't surprise me. Half-decent campaign for Blackburn last season. As I said, he is unhappy. No major injuries. And just player of the month awards, which again, as I said, it does do wonders for his reputation. Mr. Mike Page at Arsenal, the right winger. He's not broken to Spain yet. Still looks an absolute monster, but he's not getting games. He's not getting games at all. Achievements, well. English League Cup winner, English League Cup runners-up for Mike Page. He's got to be happy. For someone who's played so minimal, let's just take a look at his playing again. A total of 28 games. Of course, let me remind you that with regards cup finals or any sort of final Charity Shield or anything, if they're in the match day squad, they will get a medal, whether it be a winners or a runners-up. So even if you wasn't involved, if you're in the FA Cup all the way through to the final, then you don't play, you don't get a medal in terms of the game achievements. And a quick reminder on that, guys, that with regards a league medal, you've got to play X amount of games. And I'm not 100% sure how many games that is, but you must play X amount of games. But Mike Page, though, for someone who's only started, bizarrely, 9 league games, he's got to be happy. He won't be happy he's at Arsenal. Over to Jesper at Roma. We knew he got a Bosman move to Roma. Not a great amount of games last season for Jesper. Let's just see if he's got any injury concerns. Oh, he has really, hasn't he? Yeah, he's had a couple of 2-month injuries. Now, that is really bizarre, isn't it? Look at that, right? That first injury, the 7th of June, 01. I didn't even fucking start the game on the 7th of June. I started it in... was it Poland I started it? Let's just check. Maybe it weren't Poland. It would have been Germany then. So I started it in Germany, which would have been the end of June. So he must have started already injured in the game. So he's very lucky he didn't, go down the same sort of path as Trunky. But another 2-month injury. But you know what? He still looks good, don't he? He looks very, very good, Jesper. Let's go to the rest of our midfielders now. Redders, 69, is still at Besiktas. 6 caps for Wales now. Still continues to look very good. The decisions, dribbling and passing are through the roof. A very good season last campaign. 38 games, 14 goal involvements. He's 1 game short of century games total. Looking good, though. Looking good, Redders. 2-month injury back in season 1. Same sort of situation as Jesper just now, but long time ago. And achievements. Let's have a look. Supporters Player of the Year. Nothing of interest. Over to Scotland, Serenity. Fiorentina, was he at Fiorentina? I can't remember. He did a loan spell. Oh, okay. So he went on loan to Clyde. And a very, very good loan spell it was. That's bizarre that he went to Clyde. 20 goal involvements, 19 assists is fucking insane. So let's just see if he's unhappy. He's enthusiastic. He's got a good value. Be very interesting to see how he flares up this campaign, Mr. Serenetti. In terms of injuries, yeah, you had a 3-month injury back in season 1. Again, I didn't spot things like this. Very interesting. This would indicate to me really that the Trunky retiring weren't to do with injuries. Now, going back to Scott and Serenetti here, his loan spell at Clyde, how important this is going to be, because there you see, League Challenge Cup runners-up, that's going to count for something. It's going to count. It's a bit like the Vans Trophy, isn't it? If you want to call it the Vans or the fucking Bristol Papa Luigi, whatever the fuck it's called in England. EFL trophy. So that's going to count. So big well done there. Mr. Lee Sharples, another one of Germany's favourite sons, is still at Roma, still continues to look fucking ridiculous. 1 substitute game last season, 5 games in total, only 2 starts. Lee Sharples needs to go. As you can see, he's out of contract at the end of this season. We shall see. We shall see. Let's have a look if he's got any injuries? Nah, nothing too major. Achievements? Well, there we go. He's going to get achievements, and it's all about reputation. Oh, my God, I'm just spotting something. Oh, my days. He's got Italian Cup winners, European Champions League winners, Italian Cup runners-up, Italian Super Cup winners. And you could say, right, that this makes a mockery of it because he should be getting these medals. But do you know what? The game is the game. He's got the medals. He was in the matchday squad. He could have come on. Lee Sharples is probably leading the way bizarrely. And it is fucking bizarrely. Sun Wukong, our very own Trevor Choi, continues to look fucking superb. 15 caps for China. A decent season, although not the greatest amount of games. Didn't really have any injuries last season. Achievements, Dutch Cup winners. Nicely done. Long way to go there for you, Mr. Trevor Choi. Let's now go to our strikers. Mr. Terry Yorath, a.k.a. London 35. I feel for him because he had such a good first couple of seasons. He's gone off, hasn't he? But it wasn't bad last campaign. 15 goals, 4 assists. I don't think he would have suffered much in injuries. Achievements, it's all player of the month. He's looking good, though. He's looking good. Over to Mark Whittaker, who has moved to Ipswich. Now, I actually thought he was going to say 3.7. He had a release clause, but he obviously, I'm guessing he went to the end of his contract. He's over at Ipswich Town, 5.75. But, give him credit, right? In his 4 years at Preston, a remarkable 4 years. Last season was all right, 24 involvements, 20 before that, 24 before that. And he's now at Ipswich Town with a decent value, very decent value indeed. Sorry, Mark, let me just go back to you and let's look at your any achievements, any notable achievements. Supporters, yeah, all good from you. Okay, over to AJ Van Krondor. Finds himself at Ajax. Now, he's moved to Ajax? Of course he has. He's at Ajax. I remember he had a release clause at Club Brugge, but look at his performance at Ajax last season when he moved. 6 starts, 2 subs, 16 goals. Wow. The future is bright for AJ Van Krondor. He's got another release clause, £13 million. Wow, that is quite something. He looks fucking insane. I bet he's got some achievements. Have a look. Olympic Games, that's going to count. He's won the Olympic Games. Dutch Cup winners. What can you say? Belgian Cup winners. He won that as well with Club Brugge. What a fucking year. Look at that. What an absolute year. So that was last season, weren't it? I missed that. Well, I didn't miss it. I didn't look. So he's looking good, AJ. He really is. And I think from the international side of things as well. Over to Spectral now, or as he's known as, is Ziki Riesler Sporl. He's St. Pauli, brutal finishing, but he's struggling, isn't he? He's really struggling. I think he needs. Oh, he's had a few injuries as well. He needs a move. You know, Spectral, you need your move. Get your move. Over to Neil. Neilio Moglio. It has moved to Fiorentina. And well, I'm trying to work out when he moved there because the Russian calendar year is weird. But it looks like he's had virtually a full season at Fiorentina and a decent one of that. 7 goals, 7.33, 4.9. I think, Neil, you're going to be happy with that. 8.25. You're on good money as well. Let's have a look at your history, your achievements. If you won, he's won the UEFA Cup, Italian Cup winners. That's this season. That is this season. Fuck me, Neil. Slow down, son. A very, very good season indeed. And I think it's a bit like Mark Whittaker, really. They've both started. They haven't started with the big clubs, and you know they're almost. I'm going to sound Jimmy Savile here, but they're being groomed to be world fucking beaters. Well done. Over to Conor Marchbank, who is, I'm sure he's moved. Derby County. Well, that's quite an interesting move from PAOK. 8.5 million to Derby County. A very good season. Actually, it was mid-season because he'd had 7 games. So, well, interesting for you, Connor. Let's have a look at your achievements. Nothing massive in Greece. The Greek Premier Division top goal scorer, that's going to count. The Greek Premier Division Player of the Year is going to count. Player of the Month. Player of the Year, that might count. You know, looking good. Are you happy with that, Connor? Let's have a look what division they are. Premier Division. They are Premier Division. 18 caps for Scotland. Looking good, Connor. Looking good. Over to Ali Golanger. He's still at Besiktas following his move. Another fine season. Not as good as the one before. It's gone off the mark a little bit, I think it's fair to say, from Al Golanger. Let's have a look at his achievements. Turkish FA Cup runners-up. That'll count. Irish Young Player of the Year. That'll count. Very interesting for you, Ali Golanger. Let's see how you flare up. And finally, up front, Flying Dutchman. aka Mark Rutgers. Had he made that move? I can't remember, but he's in. Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Not the greatest season in the world goals-wise or games, but Mr. Dutchman, I think he'll be pleased to just be getting some game time. He really will. He's got some great figures. Over to achievements. He's won the German Cup, the Olympic Games, the German League Cup runners-up. He's looking good. He's looking good. There's a lot of competition. I think that's what makes this version so much better than point 1 of Barely Legal. There's a lot of competition. Let's go to defence now then. Dizzy Ugaski, the Hungarian, still at Parma, still continues to look fucking insane. And a great season again at Parma. 7-4-4, 27 appearances. He's got no achievements at all. He's been okay with injuries, but he looks really, really remarkable. 19 caps for Hungary. Over to Philippe Dirala. Okay. Oh, do you know, I was looking at it because he was jaded. He's jaded, so he's still unhappy. Okay, Philippe, another good season. 7-9-2. You can't grumble at that, can you? You really can't. Achievements then. Player of the Year, named in the 2003 Brazilian First Division of the Year, 2003 First Division Player of the Year. I'm going to make the awards a lot simpler. I don't think I'm going to go too much. He's done really well in Brazil. He's done really well in Brazil. Over to Baz Chambers, who continues to just look. He's broke into the England team. 5 caps now for England, it would appear. It looks remarkable and a fabulous season. His best so far. 40 games for Baz. Has he got any achievements there? League Cup winners. League Cup winners again. Young Player of the Year. Runner-up. He looks decent, don't he? He looks really good. From Baz. Just put that away. Okay, so let's now go to our goalkeepers. And there we've got, it looks like we've got something interesting there, haven't we? We've got A transfer made. We'll go to that in a minute. Start with Pep Page. 13 caps for England now. It still continues to look good, but not getting any games for Roma. Well, let's just see if he's won the Champions League though. He's got a Champions League winners medal, which would tell me, and we'll check that very, very quickly. See if we can get to the last game. So they won the Champions League, it would appear, on penalties. On penalties? No. Sorry, I got that wrong, didn't I? Let's just go. I didn't win that. For fuck's sake. My fucking mouse is a bit sensitive. So they beat Milan 2-0. And yeah, he was on the bench. There he is. He's on the bench right there. So who else did we say was at Roma that got an award? I thought there was somebody else. Maybe it weren't this season. I don't know. I'm trying to look there, trying to sit. No, nothing else. Okay, so yeah, okay, well done, Pep. Well done, you're looking good. That's interesting. He's obviously been injured in non-competitive games. That's how I'd read that. Over to John Chambers. Still at Lazio, still continues to look good. Capped at under 21 for the Italian national team. And a great season for Gaze. 48 and only 32 conceded. That's a cracker. It's a cracker for John. European Champions League runners-up, Italian Super Cup runners-up, Serie A champions, and that's where the games comes in. He's got a top-flight title for John Chambers. Goalkeeper of the year, third place, superb stuff. Over to Gilmar, who has got a move pre-arranged at Flamengo. We'll have a look where he's going in a minute. Not the greatest season in the world. Let's have a look at his achievements. Brazilian Cup runners-up. Any injuries? But he's moving to Arsenal. He's not going till December, it would appear, though. That's going to be when his contract's up. So Gilmar's getting a great move to the Gunners. Well. Let's have a look now then. The highest value basic wage is Mark Whittaker. Let me just check Ipswich. They are 43,500. What a greedy motherfucker. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad, right? But look at the difference between Mark and the second place Conor Marchbank. That is really crazy. No surprise here that Gilmar is still at the bottom with £575. That's going to go up, though, this time next season. No doubt about that. Over to value. It's Conor Marchbank leading the way. 10.5 million. AJ, 8.5. Neil, 825. Ali Golanger, 7. Well, you can see it, can't you? Let's take a look now then at who's got release clauses. We said Adnan's got one. He's got a 9.5 one at Leverkusen. Ali Golanger, a 15.75 one at Besiktas. Conor Marchbank, but we spotted that. He's got a 12.75 at Derby County. AJ, we know he's got a 13 million one at Ajax. And Mark Whittaker has a £11.5 million release clause to leave Ipswich Town. Over to now then our most capped people. Dizzy Ogaski, 19 caps, Connor at 18, Sun Wukong with 15, Pet Page at 13, Ali Golanger and Terry Yorath both holding 10, Fodster 8, Redders 6, Baz Chambers 5, Seamus Coleman 3, Spectral 3, and 1 for Philip Dirala, Gary Johnson and Scotland Serenetti. Still a lot of players still to break through to the national squad, but I think it's going to be very difficult for some because you've got to break through. You've got to break through to your team first. It's an interesting one. It is a real interesting one as to where this is going to end. Let's do this now. So what we've got teammates now. We've got AJ and Fodster, both at Ajax. Baz and Mike Page are both at Arsenal. Of course, we know that Gilmer is going to be joining them soon. Ali Golanger and Redders are both at Besiktas. Chris Meads at Blackburn. Migadonte at Chelsea. Conor Marchbank is at Derby. Stuart Danton is at Everton. We've got Sun Wukong at Feyenoord. We've got Neil and Scotland Serenetti, both at Fiorentina. We spoke about Gilmore. We've got Philip Dirala. He's got to get that move out of Brazil. He really has. Mark Whittaker's at Ipswich. John Chambers at Lazio. Wayne and Gary both at Leeds. Adnan is at Leverkusen. Trevis is at Liverpool. Dizzy is at Ugaski. Pep, Jesper and Lee Sharples are all at Roma, with Seamus at Sparta, Spectral at St. Pauli and Terry Yorath at West Bromwich Albion. Guys, let me know your views on how you feel your guy is going. Are you happy? Do you want to move? Have you got what it takes? Having a general look, right, as to who I think's doing the best at the minute. in terms of a barely legal champion, which I'm going to base on an absolute number of factors. Medals is clearly one. There's going to be a medal count. There's going to be a barely legal champion. We'll have a defender of the year or defender of the game, a midfielder, the goal. There's a couple of the basics. I don't want to go too in depth to it because it's a long way off, and I might change it between now and then anyway. So until next time from me, guys, and the barely legal HQ, it's take it easy.